There's a phone tower up to the highest height, up so high to the sky. Watch it wobble, watch it sway. Watch it wobble, watch it sway, watch it tumble, watch it crumble from the sky back down to the ground. Yeah, it's all gonna come down to build another day. So have yourself a fluffy good day.
All right, so this has been, so hopefully you can hear me now, chat. Everyone, hello. That was Tobin Templeman's song. I left I didn't stream. No, where is my mic anyway? Maybe my mic is hidden. I don't know. Is my mic hidden? Is my mic working? Hello. Default, all right. Everything should be. My mic says it's working. So I'm going to assume that you can hear me. That's what I'm going to guess right now, right here, right now. I'm going to move this more clear now. All right. So good. That's because, I've been wrestling for the last few days with audio, and just started getting wonky on me. Starting over the weekend, and I don't know what the problem is. Afternoon, Derek. The audio is good now, huh? How weird is that? Well, what's the best? I do have if you want to hear the song, there is the link to Tobin's song. First, comment in the chat, babe. And so, it's a good song. And at some point, I'm going to figure out how to share it with you correctly. And tomorrow's another day, right? Oh, by the way, I have Hemant Mehta coming on. He's going to be doing a Best Advice Ever episode. And I'm recording tomorrow. And I don't know when I'm going to show it. I might show it. I don't know when I'm going to premiere it. I have to use my brain and figure out when the best time for that is. All right, let me just shut this blind. I had to do my reset on a less than a year-old laptop today because my audio software got corrupted somehow. All right, well, that's, yeah. I got this MacBook Air, and I was hoping that being a Mac, it wouldn't give me problems, right? I'm leaning to blaming the tiny humans. Good idea. I like that. Okay. All right, I'm just going to start. It'll be interesting to see what he has for advice. So like I said, I'm recording it tomorrow. I'm not sure when I'm going to premiere it. It'll be sometime this week. Oh, I screwed. Today, everyone has just been going. I haven't found my rhythm for today. Yeah, I did okay for the shows this morning, but since then, I've just been mucking around Yeah, I've been productive, sure. But I just don't feel like I've hit my rhythm. Like, for example, I stacked the freaking blocks wrong, for Christ's sakes. How could I have stacked the blocks wrong? I'm going to have to start all over again. And then the sound quality, I don't know. All right. So, yes, I am looking forward to Hemant's advice. I've had a bunch of people from Pathos come on the show to talk about the best advice they ever had. Here we go. All right. I think I'm ready now, everyone. It's, 8 minutes in the show? And now I think I'm ready. Possibly. All right. So. What is being productive? I forget. Yeah. But I feel that my rhythm got thrown off because, I had the weekend and I was busy over the weekend, and then I had yesterday and I was busy yesterday, but I wasn't busy in the normal way, my normal timeline. So I feel like my timeline got thrown off a bit. I guess that's what. But what I'm thinking about doing is taking Tobin Templeman's song and playing around with it, separating the audio from the video, and maybe putting the video to a montage of Jenga. That's what I'm thinking about. If he doesn't mind, of course. Oh, yeah. Happy 420, everyone. Happy 420. Everyone's enjoying their day. Yeah, I think that's a decent, like I said, playing around with the audio, marrying the audio of the song Tobin to like a montage of the Jenga stuff. I think that would be interesting. I had a crazy idea. Earlier. It's like it would be good if there was just a consistent, always open room for atheists, right? Like a 24-hour, 7 days a week kind of thing. I thought to myself, well, how could I do that? It's like, no, I don't think I could do that. It would require many hands. Would be willing to moderate such a concept, such a channel. Idea, exactly. Right? So it'd be just, so the whole channel would be easily just an open room where atheists can come in, come out, and just talk about whatever they want to talk about. Maybe allow the, every once in a while, a believer to come on, just like like I said, an open room, but it would just be open all the time, like a 7-Eleven of atheism. Richard Madsen, man. So that's what I wanted to bring up earlier, because 420 is that legalization of marijuana, even if only federally for medical use, would do a ton to win the war against drugs. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, Jesse Bear. I totally agree with you, right? Maybe it could be. Yeah, I mean, it would have to. Yeah, obviously one person couldn't moderate, and you'd have to have moderators, right, Tobin? You'd have to have moderators or just someone in the chat to keep everything managed. So it'd have to be like a bunch of people. It could easily be a logistic nightmare trying to get people around. Yeah, I think there'd have to be like real, people just willing to come in. Maybe, yeah. Tons of mice. Richard definitely has a unique approach. Still has not. Yeah. I've only talked with Mr. Mattson. Yeah. He was on the old show with Chris and me, and he's an interesting fellow with many unique and quirky ideas, Mr. Matt. If I'm thinking of the same person. I think I asked him when he was on the show with Chris. I asked him, "How do you know if you're wrong?" And I don't think I got a good answer. I don't think I got any. So can someone summarize Richard's point? Because as I recall, there's something about Christ hasn't come yet, or it's a different timeline. It's a series of interesting ideas. Boom, exactly, Jesse Beer. And Richard is the guy with the big bushy beard, right? He's got the savage beard going on. And then I asked him, if this is the same gentleman, I asked him, so how did you find all the clues in the Bible when no one else did? And he goes, well, they were obvious to me. I don't know about that either. Don't get me wrong. I think Richard's a good guy and everything. He's a definition changer. Fear doesn't mean the same thing it did in the Old Testament. Likewise, slavery, master. Oh, yeah. Equivocation, tons of mice. I believe that is the proper term. I think I did a comic on equivocation before about how some people like to change words from one state, when trying to prove their point. For an example, what I like to use is the faith, right? Well, you have faith in that Africa exists, right? Well, that means you got to have faith that God exists too. Oh, Jack's your grandson? Oh, very cool. Very cool. Think of some... for me, it's like if someone is going to ask me, how do I know if I was wrong about this God of the Bible? I'd be, well, if there was any kind, like the Bible makes truth claims. It isn't just a book on morality. It makes claims, historical claims that haven't been proven. So those are proven to be right. And there's just so many things about the Bible that is just hiddly, just word salad. See, now I want to look at that episode that Richard came on, and what my reaction was. Yeah, the Bible is gross. All right, I'm going to go get my other blocks. All right, let me see if the right hand will do better than the left hand. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. I don't know. Well, that's because Paul had a dream. Paul had a dream. That's about the size of it, right? Um, and that's all it boils down to. It seems absurd. When you hear it out loud, the reason why modern day Christians don't feel like they have to be circumcised, why they can wear mixed linens, why they can eat shrimp, it's because Paul had a vision. Oh, your action was to leave the stream? Yeah, yeah. Seems like if I stream, someone's going to get peed on. I see what you're doing there, John Hudson. I see what you're doing. I was reading through this week's edition of The Economist, and in Scotland right now, and for I think the last few years, there's been a slight majority for leaving the Union, for leaving the UK. Yeah, it's circumcision is a wacky practice indeed. Not medically necessary circumcision. So yeah, so like I said, I was reading through this week's Economist, and it seems like there's a majority, slim majority in Scotland for independence. You mentioned it, and right now I can't let go of the guy who thought it was a good idea. I heard, and I think it was Robert M. Price. I was listening to one of his old shows. I think it was The Bible Geek or The Human Bible. It was one of those shows. And his theory at the time was that circumcision was a way of appealing to the gods. So in Canaanite religions, as most of you probably know, Canaanite religions, the firstborn son was sacrificed to the gods, right? They were literally, just a sacrifice. So, and what I believe, and anyone who's heard this, please correct me, that circumcision was a way of kind of like trading in the practice. So they were getting rid of child sacrifice, and they brought in circumcision instead. So it was kind of like a trade-off. Okay, so we're not going to kill your kids, but you will have to be circumcised, which I know doesn't make any sense, but I watched my youngest get medical circumcision. I feel horrible about it now. I thought there were better reasons. Yeah, everyone makes mistakes, man. Everyone makes mistakes. Well, I mean, if it's either sacrificing your firstborn son, or getting circumcision, I guess circumcision's better. They both sound insane to me. I was talking with Weissman, with Weissman, the man who does, the Bible Says What podcast and the book. And he was talking to a minister who said that circumcision shows to the world that Michael Weissman, that's his name. So Michael Weissman, person who does the Bible Says What podcast, he was talking to a minister about why get circumcised. And he's like, well, it's a sign of the covenant. It's like a wedding ring. It's like a wedding ring. You can show the world. The wedding ring shows that you're married, and circumcision shows the world that you are in covenant with God. And it's like that metaphor does not work on a variety of reasons, my friend. Because one, it's kind of weird that you think that something done to your pecker is something that you can show the world that you have. You're a covenant holder with Yahweh. With that reasoning, if you're circumcised, go, oh yeah, dude, it's yeah. Right. What's up, Theo? I don't think you have to shut up, John Hudson. I was just rambling on. Rambling? That's what I do. I just ramble. I was listening to The Hidden Brain. God is just a dick, I surmise. Oh, yeah. I was listening to the Hidden Brain podcast earlier. I was out for my walk. And the latest episode is about humor and the benefits of humor. And you know what I found out today, everyone, is that people stop laughing at the age of 23 here in the States. It seems that the average laughs per day, and believe it or not, there is something called the average laughs per day goes down dramatically once you get past the age of 23. And you don't start laughing again until you're 70, which is crazy. When people are asked, and I don't know if you've seen, I'm not an adult, so I don't know this, and maybe you can help me here. Maybe you can help me. I laugh a lot. I laugh several times a day, but supposedly there are people who don't laugh at all, who could go for days without laughter. Do you know any people like that? Yeah, I don't think I do. But supposedly they're in the majority, especially between the ages of like 23 and 70, that the laughs per day goes down incredibly. Well, kids laugh a lot. I think the statistic I heard was that 4-year-olds laugh like 300 times a day, or some kind of remarkable number. And like I said, this is the Hidden Brain podcast, which is a good podcast in general. It's all about human psychology and neurology, sociology, the good ologies. And there was what an author was being interviewed, because she just wrote a book, of course, about laughter, the psychological effects of laughter, the benefits of laughter. It shows one of the interesting results of her studies shows that just being willing to laugh in public is a social marker for confidence. So you know how some people, 420 laughing indeed. So there's a difference between people hearing a joke and going, oh, that's funny, and a person who laughs out loud. The person who laughs out loud is considered to be more confident by their peers than a person who says, oh, that's just funny. Yeah, what's up, imaginary God? So I found that interesting. Again, Andy, it's 28 minutes into the show, and you blew out 2 block towers. I'm just not focusing. That's what I am. Dimension kids mix, indeed. 20, and that's exactly what the study says. What the research says is that once you enter the workforce, there's an assumption that you have to be serious, and your sense of humor just disappears. For many people, after the age of 23, they will go days without laughing, which I don't know. Even the darkest days of my marriage, I think I still laughed. You know, it's a cathartic thing. It's a way to express emotion. Jackson again, the blocks fell. They did. Epic. So in case you ever want to show people that you're confident, then don't be afraid to laugh out loud. Just another Jedi mind trick here on Laughing in Disbelief. Oh, yeah. There are definitely animals that laugh. I think it was a chimp. It was some kind of a chimpanzee, I think. And you know, laughter jokes are sleight of hand, right? They're misdirections. And I remember seeing, I think it was a chimp, like I said, who they did an experiment on funny. A certain research group did an experiment, and they did expectation, like the rule of 3 for jokes, right? You get expectation for the first pass, expectation for the second pass, and then the third pass, it's when you do something funny. You'll see it. I do that in my blog a lot. I do the rule of 3. It's like, you know, I do a list of 3, and the third thing's supposed to be the funny one. I always laugh at darkness. Oh yeah, you got it. You got to laugh at darkness. No taking out middle blocks. Well, you know, yeah. You know, what it is, Theo, what it is that I am really shooting for a whole different system of doing Jenga. I want to do 1 block per level. 1 block per level? 1 block per level. And that should be able to get me up incredibly high as it can go. Because I feel like, you know, I've gotten into, when I really put an effort into it with the old system, I was able to get it up into the 30s, right? The low 30 in terms of levels. But there'd be 2 blocks, 1 block, 2 blocks, 1 block, like that. But I want 1 block on each level. And so I'm in this awkward phase, right? I'm in this awkward phase of trying to level up what I'm doing here. There's a pun somewhere. I'm trying to level up. And this is why a lot of older people, by the way, this is why a lot of people don't like learning new things or doing things differently, is because you get confident doing something a certain way. And then all of a sudden it's like, what, I'm going to try to do it a different way. And it does hit the ego a bit, even with something as simple as Jenga. All right, I got to get my other blocks. I'll be right back. Andy's Jenga ego. That's right. I should go into deep analysis. No taking out the middle blocks. Yeah, right. It's the right. We're trying to do no middle block takeouts, but it creates a very awkward process. That's what it does, because those middle blocks really want to leave. Sometimes you get the block tower. Other days, the block tower gets you. You just pretend it was my eye. Yes, I will. I will indeed. Well, that'd be cool if you made your own. I imagine you could make your own Jenga set, right? Of any size blocks you want to. All right, so let's try this again. This time with my friend Lefty. Lefty, yeah, Lefty. I hear what you're saying. Yeah, because some of these blocks, like I've said before, they are not uniform. Some of these, they're heavier, they're lighter. What are the rules? These are good questions. So it's basically the only thing you can do. I mean, you take out blocks, right? And so I just completed one level. Now that I have this top level completed, I can take out any blocks from the levels below. You typically play with 2 or 3 people. This is solitaire Jenga. So really, just for me, it's about how large a tower I can build. So you can take out any block underneath the highest completed tower. So I mean level. So there are 3 blocks up here. This is a complete level. I can take out the blocks down below that level. The bigger the blocks, the more any distance will show in weird static. All right. Well, that would be good to take shots about doing the tumble tower. All right. Probably wasn't my best move, but I'll do this. In a small wooden Jenga set, you will not notice density differences as much if you had 40-inch wooden blocks. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to use both hands. Because just doing a left hand while I'm doing this more difficult style, I think I'm going to use both hands. I have to tell you that. I like to custom make game variables, see how it changes the game. It's fun to me. Yeah, I can see that. Don't push out the middle blocks. Yeah. We're doing pro. That's well, you know what I felt like? I felt like I mastered the other, just going, like I said, two levels, one level, going up into the 30s. I felt like I did a good job with that on the regular basis. Now it's more about, like I said, trying to see how far I can actually go with this. And I feel like it's going to just fall out now. Good. All right. Perfect. Perfect. All right. I feel like I'm doing better now. That's already too wonky. I know it's too wonky, Theo. I know. How many levels is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Only 24. Not even a complete 24th level either. Uh-oh. I felt it slipping. I felt it slipping. In Old Testament times, Jenga meant stoning, maybe. I mean, it's 420, so we might as well throw a stoning pun in there somewhere. This is a better system, yeah. I just got to get used to it, right? I feel like I made a breakthrough. Well, once I decided, see, oh, this is me without a beard. Man, I just look like a bag of mashed potatoes without my beard. That's what I look like. All right, the whole white guy Boston look right here. All right, so yeah, I have high hopes for this system. It just requires, and like I said, I hadn't played for a couple of days. I feel like there was some, like I said, for the morning show, there was some rust. There was some rust to kick off. But yeah, so that's what I'm up to. Rest of the day, what am I doing? There's always work, and I have to figure out what I'm going to go for another walk. New suggestion, work more on the top of the tower so it doesn't get so top heavy. Do the basement last. Funny you should say that, Theo, is that I discovered that as the tower got higher, it was easier to take the blocks out from the basement. Maybe because there's more wobble. Maybe the more wobble there is, the easier it is to take out the lower blocks. But yeah, at the very beginning, it is difficult to get out the blocks from the lower 3 levels. And I'm sure there's a thing, there's like a physics, there's like some kind of a formula for that. Thank you. All the Jenga related, you'll get 10%. 10% of all the Jenga related funds that the channel brings in, Theo. This is what happens when you play by yourself. Yeah, this is exactly it. When you play with other people, the tower may not even get half as tall, and they're the ones who screw up, and then you get to look like you know what you're doing. But when you're just doing it alone, it's just you and the blocks. That's all it is. It's just you and the blocks. You can't blame it on anyone else. That's what it is. I'll give you 10 bags of Jenga for your donkey. Very nice. All right. So like I said, I'm going to try to be productive. I'm going to try to get my rhythm back for my day. Maybe I'll be successful. Maybe I won't. I don't know. But I'm going to try to power through this, see what happens. All right, everyone. Tomorrow, 9 o'clock show, 10 o'clock show. I'm doing Hammett, or I'm interviewing Hammett, I think at 1, which won't be live. It'll just be recording. And then the Jenga show tomorrow at 3. So yeah, busy Andy. And then I still have to get ready for this trip down to North Carolina. And then I have to get ready to work on Monday. I have things to prepare. All right, everyone. Thanks. On the murder, 12-hour drives. The 12-hour drives, Theo. Yeah, that's going to be, at least my girlfriend's along, so she will take a good portion of it too. So the funny thing, if you want to know the crazy thing isn't that I'm doing the 12-hour drive. The crazy thing is, again, I'm getting my second jab the day before I go on the marathon drive. So what I'm telling myself is that I will probably not be getting that many side effects of the second shot. And hopefully I'll be right about that. Hopefully. We'll see. All right, enough about me. I'm going to go do be my productive self for the rest of the day. Take care, everyone. Thanks. I'll see you tomorrow. If you're around tomorrow, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.